DIS Unlimited proudly presents.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the DIS Unlimited podcast. I am Ryno, and joining me today for our little end-of-the-year Disney discussion, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Happy New Year.
The creepy clam herself, Chloe Ferreira.
Happy New Year.
Theme park correspondent. This and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip, and you help support the channel and all the content that we produce here. So check them out. Dreams Unlimited Travel for a free, no obligation quote today. It is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. Hey, we couldn't do this without you. If you want to learn more about how you can get exclusive content from different members of the DIS team, you can head over to patreon.com/DISUnlimited. Apparently that triggered Chloe. She's been throwing a Dasani water bottle on the side. She's in a rage.
So like her.
Again, hello and welcome. If this comes out all according to plan, this episode is going up on the last day of 2024. And if all went according to plan, then our episode from last week was a look back at 2024. And this episode this week is going to be a look at 2025. But I am going to start that. I think I want it to be both personal and Disney related, theme park related, things to look forward to. I want to start, though. Have you guys thought about your resolutions at all? And I'm going to tell you, I'm asking you that question so you can think about it now, so I'm going to give you a second. I stopped doing resolutions a couple years ago because I heard from a friend of mine I used to work with at the Backlot Tour, heard of it, Leveled for Galaxy's Edge, where
some other things.
She told me that she doesn't like to do resolutions because sometimes it feels like you're setting yourself up for failure. And so what she will do is pick a word, and that's the word is the focus of the year.
Wow,
okay?
very
So
meta.
I've been meditating on this for a little while now.
Okay.
More so this year than other years. And I think my word this year is time. And I know that's crazy because normally I'm like strength, freedom, whatever. But I'm going to be a time traveler. There's no. So here's my thought on using the word time. I want to start, I think one of the things in 2025 that I am going to do for myself personally, because I think it's good for myself, is that really carve out time and dedicate that time without interruption to things that kind of like fill up my cup and recharge my battery and that feed my soul a little bit more, you know? So like for me, like, you know, I like to paint. And I really haven't painted anything in like 9 months. And I haven't had a second really to myself to have that creative space to be able to do that in the last 6 months. And so I was like, okay, well, now it's about setting up boundaries to be able to have that time to work in. And so like that's one thing I want to do. And then giving myself like being like there is a project I will be working on in February. I'm going to be I feel weird being like, I'm announcing it now. Bum, 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 bum.
Well, here we go, baby.
I'm just going to tell you guys, a couple of years ago, it was during the pandemic, I was feeling creatively unfulfilled, and I am friends with a former Imagineer, and that Imagineer and my friend RJ, shout out to Regal Eagle, because that was his last project he worked on.
All right. Sounds
He
for us.
and I started a website, and I don't talk about it on here, obviously, because sometimes I don't like, you know, Ghostbustering it all, the crossing of the streams, and called the Ampliverse. And over there, really, I wanted to set up some space to help some other people who maybe, you know, just needed a little bit to get started. Like they needed, you know, they want to write, but they don't know where to go to write or how to, you know, like they needed some guidance or they just needed that space. And so we wanted to create this space that was kind of all about people being able to really revel in the pop culture things that they love without sort of that toxicity of it all. Because at that time, it was also like Kelly Marie Tran had left social media because she'd been bullied for The Last Jedi and things like that. And I was really like, it's kind of that sort of gatekeeping is like really gross to me. And I know that circling it back around into this podcast, that as Disney adults, as we are in this room, sometimes I feel like we come under attack in certain ways because people don't understand it. And I really wanted the area to be able to like control that a little bit more. And so we started this website. It's a YouTube channel. There's a website. There's articles. It's a whole thing. And my friend really found his love of pop culture in like K-pop and like these like they're called like BLs, and it's a whole thing. I'm not always clear on it. He sends it and talks to me about it all the time, and I try to look at that. But he's developed like a web series. Like he's written it out. We had a table read the other day, and he asked for me to be the to be the like cinematographer. So I am gonna go and film this, and I am looking forward to it very much because this is the first thing where our project is kind of coming out of the internet and into a physical space, and then it's going to be like an actual series. I'm going to tell you right now, because there's a part of me. Well, it took us forever, and you should have heard the absurd names we came up with. But the Ampliverse is supposed to be about amplifying people's voices, and so that's why it's like people who can create their own worlds. So we're all part of this like fandom universe, and so we help them create that space and those worlds and those things, and finding new voices. I forget the catchphrase. I'm awful. I'm an awful like co-creator of this thing, but I kind of had this idea. My friend really like took it and ran with it and really made it this thing, and he's found success and in that, and he is an incredibly talented human being that will never hear or listen to this episode, but there is a reason why he was an Imagineer. It's the type of person where you say something and they kind of out of the thin air now have created this thing, and he's good. He just became like the executive director of a Filipino theater in Chicago, cool. Or like a Filipino-owned theater or so. I can't remember the exact way he worded it to me, but I was like, of course you did, because you're so talented and good at this, and you know, and he created this thing, and it's just like, you know, sometimes I suffer really bad from Imposter Syndrome, and this was like being in this room and like having this conversation with these people and like doing this read. I was like, I think I can do this, like, and it was really cool. And the script is like, it's 5 episodes. It's really good. Like he wrote something really good. And it's really cool. Well, so it's going to be kind of based, like, I'll just give you guys a little bit of a rundown, a little tease. He had watched like this series, and it was kind of, it's not a traditional series. Like it's told, and I think this is really interesting for anybody that watches the podcast or listens to the podcast, you know, or has like, you know, Instagram or Twitter or whatever, Blue Sky or any of that stuff, because it was like told through all of those mediums. Like, so it was like essentially if we were characters, you know, it was Ryno, Chloe, Hannah, and this podcast was part of it. So every day you'd tune into the Tuesday show, but then your feed, my feed, those are still part of it. And then my like personal YouTube channel that I do was still part of it. So you had to like follow through, you had to go through. So it was like a complete conceptualized storyline from in and out to follow it along, and I was like, that's so fascinating to me. Also too much work for this lazy person, but I was like, the idea of taking that storytelling and like moving it through these layers was really, really interesting. And now he's created like a version of that still honors his like Filipino it's about like a Filipino individual. So it honors a little bit of that sort of like heritage, but also this thing that they love, these Korean shows or drama. I don't know the correct words for it. But then it also is something else on its own. So it's a very like told through a vlogging camera, but then not told through the vlogging camera. So it's like both. I just was like really excited reading through it because I was like, oh, what about this shot? We need to. And then I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in film school again, because I was like, we really need to create a visual language that tells the story. Because there's like one scene with like an awkward interaction on a couch, and I was like, oh, I'd love to shoot it with like a really wide angle lens, so the couch looks really, really like ridiculously wide, and they're so far apart. But then the next shot is like a real tight lens, so it looks like that. So like it moves you through that emotion. And I was like,
you're giving Wes Anderson right now.
And I was like, baby, I want these creative shots. So I am so excited to do that. I'm sure if you follow me like personally, you'll hear more
Which you
about it.
should.
I might mention it every now and then just because you know what's important to me is that I like to know the people and what they're up to of the things I'm invested in because it also, I find it to become a thing that makes them more relatable. And then it's like, oh, we jive with this. Like Chloe, you know, for you, like you loving the sort of, you're very you love vintage finds. You love nostalgia. You know, you have this very specific sort of vibe, but things that you love. And I think the more that people learn about that, the more you'll find your people. I went to your birthday party. Here we go. We're starting already. I'm going to get emotional.
Oh.
Not emotional,
I'm
but
here for
I think in
this.
2025. But I went to your birthday party. I think it was last year or the year before, and I was the only one. I didn't know anybody there. Well, I
was
knew
2
Daisy,
years ago,
but
yeah.
And I was like, there was like 15 people there or something like that. It was something where there was a lot. You had like a bouncy house or something. It was at
Whoa,
it was at
alright.
a friend's house.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
that's party.
my gift to you was the painted Miss Piggy. It was a
Baby
Muppets
Kermit.
baby. It was
You
Kermit.
haven't done Miss Piggy yet.
Miss Piggy's who you wanted, yeah, to go with Kermit. It was a Kermit with like a little ice cream, and
I was wearing the Muppet Baby's dress.
yeah, and which is wild. That's where I was like, did it again.
Nailed it.
But I was watching these people that Chloe had kind of surrounded herself with and the gifts that they were giving each other. And the craziest thing about this was like every gift that she opened, it was like so unique and specifically you that I was like,
A Baby Spice Barbie doll. I got a Michael Eisner autograph.
yes, that was a big one. And I was
Amazing, yeah.
like, I was like very
That's cool.
in awe or impressed of the fact that I was like, you found people. Like these
Yeah.
that's your tribe. Like you found those people. And I don't know if I'd seen it so micro, like on that level of like, cause come on, you're not a, your love of things is not the broad and the
No, I'm a
mainstream.
niche person.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
When she
there
gets in
you
my car,
go.
every time music comes on, she's like, "It's too mainstream," and that's. But I don't mean it in a negative way. But it is that, and it's not a shtick. It's the things that you love. But it's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
you.
You found a community of people that do that, and I think that's such an incredible thing. And that's why I'm like, you know, and I think when people get to know you more and more and about these things that you love, you're going to find more and more of those people, hopefully through the podcast and what we do with the videos
Yeah,
and things
definitely.
like that. And I just think it's a very admirable quality about you
That's
and the
very
people
sweet,
that you surround
Ryno.
yourself with. So
Yeah.
jealous,
Oh,
you know.
Aw,
You're one of those people, though, Ryno.
Yeah,
I knew you
true.
before the show. Come on.
Yeah. Well, obviously I was at the party, so I was in,
I was a friend.
2 years ago, not this year though.
I'm gonna
You
be
were-
honest.
you- no,
all I
you were
heard was-
there?
No invitation this year.
I heard.
No, I'm just kidding.
What are you talking about?
Where did we go this year?
coming.
It was at the brewery.
That was
Remember?
my birthday.
No, my birthday. My birthday was at a
No,
brewery.
that was my birthday. My
don't
birthday's
remember?
always a brewery.
Yours was in the gin bathtub.
Ryno.
Yeah,
you
look
don't
it up.
remember?
What
And then we
brewery?
went to Taco Bell.
Oh, honey, yeah, I forgot. Never mind. But yeah,
I was
I
about to
did go to
say-
Chloe's birthday.
So I didn't.
Craig and I went on a mandate in between too.
Yeah,
It was
and I
like
got
we
some
ate cake
pictures
together.
from that.
Yeah, we-
I was not there.
oh my God, Chloe,
just
I
know.
completely forgot. About that.
Listen, this girl likes to go to bed early, and
Who knew
like
this
I
was
was
the
like,
confessions
You're
episode?
invited to the next one.
"Oh,
don't
I'll,
worry.
girl, I will be there." Especially you said Bounce House, and I basically just blacked
Yeah.
out. I was like, "Whoa!"
I wanted one for
Dream
the office party
birthday
this year. We couldn't get it.
Party. Oh my gosh!
No,
that
oh my
was-
God, I forgot. Craig and I, there was that place next to the brewery. We went over because he had never been, and there was
He
there
ordered
was a
the-
tres leches cake, and obviously I'm ordering that
Oh my
because it's
God.
me, and it was like spoon feeding each other at the thing. It
Oh my
was-
God.
Oh no! And then he ordered
Incredible.
like I don't know.
Craig ordered like 15 lobsters or no, lobsters. Jesus, 50
Okay, I didn't get those messages.
oysters.
Oh my God.
Okay, gotcha.
Where was
gotcha.
this?
Otto's High Dive.
I've never. No.
It's literally so the
Yeah.
parking lot we were in for. Oh my God, what is that
I
brewery?
forget
I
the
love that
brewery
brewery.
name, too.
It's awful. I used to go there every day after the Tuesday show. It was the place where we'd go to wind down. Oh my God, it's going to come to me later. But it's right there in the Milk District, and it's literally it shares the same parking lot. I think an S.
I can't remember.
I
either,
can't-
but
Sideward.
even I've been
Sideward.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was like tactical. No, that's Thornton.
No.
But
I went there last year for was it Artie's birthday?
No, we went to the now defunct but now owned by Ivanhoe Park Brewing. We went to Dead Words Brewing with Artie.
Dead Words.
Yeah, and that was
Okay.
we were outside for that, and I was holding Artie, little fat Artie.
Okay.
But-
Resolutions.
Very excited, very excited for this project. Very excited to devote some time to that project, circling around, but also
Time.
making it about community things. Chloe, do you got one now?
Yeah, I do have one. I mean, this is a constant for me, but it's a nice New Year's
Hey, first
resolution
of all,
reminder.
cheers to you.
Cheers, Mary.
Cheers
Happy
to you.
Yeah,
Christmas.
cheers to
Happy
you.
New Year.
Cheers to you.
Happy New Year.
I'm kind of with you, Ryno. The first part that you said that you don't really do resolutions, I haven't for a couple of years now. But I do consider it a goal of mine for next year to draw more and create more. I grew up in a very creative household, just like doing pretty much anything with your hands, like clay, mixed media, books, and painting and drawing. And I really like to get into the painting and drawing
Clubbing the
element
chickens.
a bit more next year.
It was a prairie. She's 300 years old.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking
Yeah, and I'm really into makeup artistry, so I'd like to improve my skills there a bit too. So just all around a little bit, I want to dive into the creative outlet a bit more next year.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that's a really good. There was like a study or an article or something I read. It was something about where it was like, if we had all the money in the world, people would choose to do art. Like they would create. Like
Yeah.
human beings
I
want
think
to
you're right.
create and be creative.
Yeah.
I think more than anything else in the world. But for some reason, that's the thing we're stifling the most, especially in modern day.
I think
like,
because it takes
with
capitalist
AI,
society.
you know, like,
Oh,
yeah.
I almost said a really bad word. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not. Yeah. What about you, Hannah?
So my word is also
What you got
time.
brewing?
No, but really,
What's hurricane season like for you?
it's gonna be intense. Yeah. So for me, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but if I had to think about it, I would just like to be more intentional with my time. Like you said, my son is almost 3. And time is just going by really fast. And he's definitely in the terrible twos, and he tests me. And sometimes I feel like I just get wrapped up in that, and I forget, like, life happens in the small moments, right? And so
Yeah.
I just want to, I want to put my phone away more, and I want to be more present in small moments, daily life, those kind of things. And I
Not
think
feeling that need to like immediately respond. And
yes,
yeah.
and I feel like I think you and I share this. I am probably like, I think we're a little ADD, and so I have a hard time sitting down and being content in stillness and in quiet. And Owen has definitely helped me a little bit with that, but I would like to be more at peace with
It doesn't feel
the
productive.
mundane.
I
Yeah,
think
exactly. That's the
I think,
problem.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's the problem.
we're kind of conditioned, specifically like us in this age range. I think it was like the idea where it was like if you aren't doing if you're not doing your homework, your chores, like
Yeah.
if you're not moving and doing something, then what are you doing? And it's one of those where it's sort of that like rest isn't earned. It's
Right, correct.
like it's deserved.
Yeah.
And and again, I don't want to keep bringing it back to a capitalist society, but it is one of those things where you have to advocate for that. Like, and I
Yeah,
think
you
that's
do.
a really admirable thing to aim for. Like, it's definitely really hard, right? Because it's like a thing that
Yeah.
gnaws at the back of my brain sometimes.
Well, and that's the hard thing is like I can say that, and that's great, but I'm just it's like how do you actually put that into practice? And yeah, I mean, like having a child, like he finds small things very fascinating, and so sometimes that's been a gift, is just seeing what he finds exciting. Like that kid has a
Yeah.
great time playing outside. That kid has a great time going to Target,
Same.
honey, baby.
what am I saying? But yes, I'm trying to see more
Target,
of it.
we're looking for sponsorship.
I know. Yeah, because we'll probably be there later. So so hold me to that.
I think honestly, like hopping on what you're saying too, because I definitely can relate to that sort of thing about being present. Because I don't have children, but I'm trying to do it with my dogs, and
Yeah.
I basically just cried myself to sleep the other night because it was sort of that thing where it is like Artie's older and he's now lost a lot of his hearing,
I know.
and it happened like that. It wasn't a slow thing. It's been in the last couple weeks, and he can't I noticed it because I was getting up and my foot will go right down near him, and he used to anytime I'd move jump up, and now he like jumps up like he's scared because I scared him. I got that
right.
close to him, and it breaks my heart because I had this awful thought. And good Lord, hold on.
Oh,
Hold it
no.
all in
Here we
here.
go.
Oh no.
Who knew it would be the last time he'd hear my voice? and that kind of breaks my heart. Where I was like, you can't hear me say I love you,
Oh.
and I was like,
Oh, Ryno.
so.
Okay.
Oh, Ryno. He knows you love him though.
I know he's a very emotional dog, and it's one of those where he literally could have been like a, what do they call them? The emotional support, like companions.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause he,
absolutely.
like if I
Yeah.
were to start doing this right now, he'd be trying to jump into my
Yeah.
lap. So it's
Oh,
like,
I know.
so it is like I do feel very like fortunate and blessed, but it is like the things that I've taken for granted so much is that this dog loves to walk. He loves to play. He's still a puppy, and it's one of those things where it's like I don't know how many times I've been like, buddy, I have to finish this. I'm at the point where I'm like, F this. I don't care what I'm doing. It's
Yeah,
not more
that's right.
important than playing with you with this toy right now.
Right.
Taking this walk, and if somebody's like, we need an answer right now, well, then I'm going to throw my phone in the lake. Like,
Yeah.
my life, I am not. That's the thing. It's just finding that moment and being like, if it's somebody who can't give you that space and that time, see.
Yeah.
I think it's about reassessing where they hold, like how you're holding space for them in your life. Cause it's like, no, that's not respect, And so
Yeah.
that's the thing I'm looking at in like how others are, whether it's like friends or family or whoever. The freaking telemarketers, give me a break for a second. The election's over. Stop texting me. But it is one of those where it is like, I'm not going to feel guilty about it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not, and maybe it is part of getting older or something.
for sure,
But I'm like,
yeah.
I missed his life. Like, it was like that. I will have
Yeah.
worked here for 10 years in January.
Yeah.
It's his whole life.
I know.
And that is the hardest thing that I am dealing with reconciling. But that's part of it where I think it's important that we take moments like this to talk about this sort of stuff and just like, so when you're going to Disney with your family, when you're going to Disney with your friends, it's sort of, and I think this is really good for us to have this conversation as people who live here. I mean, Chloe's lived here her whole life and I've been here for a while now and stuff. And just being that, I know sometimes people will say, oh, well, your annual pass holders, you don't see it. And sometimes we can get defensive about it or something like that. But it is really taking those moments and being like, sitting in that moment, putting your hands on the table and just being like, I am here right now. It's not about what I'm doing in an hour from right now.
Yeah.
It's not an hour from here. And it is also me saying sometimes like, I know I do have a dream of moving somewhere else again. I just, the weather in Florida does not agree with this body. But you know what I mean? But it's also like not burning this time to the ground that I have here.
Yeah.
It is about being like, well, this is still a good time. You can want something like that, but still enjoy where you are and what you're doing right now. And I've been trying to be like that at Disney, specifically like the baseline tap house stuff. The other day,
Yeah, that's true.
I did the Friday. I went on a Friday because I was
Yeah.
like, I haven't been making the right space, and I was like, I want to go and I want to sit and I'm going to have one beer and I'm gonna just sit here and just drink this beer. And I just went by myself.
Hey, guess where I
That's it.
saw Chloe last night? Baseline Tap House.
No, you didn't.
I sure did.
What the hell? Where was my invitation?
Girl, I invited you. And you're like, no,
We both invited you to go.
Oh yeah.
And
you
then
did.
I got in that park and I
I was
walked by.
crying about my deaf dog. God.
You know what would have helped? Baseline Tap House.
You know what would have really cheered it up? Yeah.
For real. I did. I walked by Muppets and I was like, I haven't seen Chloe yet, but she's one of two
That's so funny.
places.
Oh my
What'd you
gosh.
get? What'd you get?
I would have gotten the Hazel thing, but my boyfriend ordered me the celebration.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was good.
You can only get it a little bit of time.
Yeah,
It's
And I had
Right.
a pretzel.
Of course you did. You love that pretzel.
Yeah.
Pretzel's good.
Yeah. Well, hey gang, I didn't
Yeah.
want to. I didn't think we'd talk this long about it that long. I didn't mean to go off on so many things.
Oh, I
but
did. You were in your feels. I loved it.
I just, and I feel like I feel like sometimes it's important. I know it's
We're
tangential.
people.
Here's the thing: there could be no
It's life.
episode this week, or this could be the episode. But I also think like tying it back into that Disney part of us and the things we love, and I think
Yeah.
understanding these things about ourselves. It's important. This is that time of year for like examination, but also for people who are feeling that
Gratitude.
pressure. I was born on January 1st. So for me, it's not just the end of the year, it's the beginning of a new year of life, right? So it feels an extra weight. And I'm turning 40 on January 1st. So I'm feeling a little, I'm not like afraid of it, but it is still the
Are we
realization.
doing your happy birthday stuff now? I wasn't ready for that. I was going to do that at the end.
No, it's New Year's Eve, girl.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, it's
all
New
right.
Year's Eve tomorrow. Honey.
Okay,
First to
right.
arrive in 85. So no, but I do. I like to take like a reassessment, but
Yeah.
I do feel that it's not a pressure, but it is like I can understand that feeling of other people who are. Look, it's that song from Encanto. Trip, trip, trip.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I hate New Year's. I always have. I've never liked New Year's.
All right, cut the mic. We're done with her.
All right.
But now that I have a friend who was born on New Year's, maybe invite me to your party and maybe I'll enjoy it.
I like
Maybe.
the idea of the celebration of what could be. I think the joke being like everybody gets the gym membership, everybody says they're going to lose weight. That's why I think it's important to like reassess a resolution versus more of a theme, because I also think we shouldn't just be celebrating and being like, this year's going to be my year, this one's going to be the new. I'm like, girl, you're
Every year's
still
your year.
here.
Every day
You
is your
did
year.
it.
You woke up this morning. Yeah.
You made it.
Yeah.
You should be proud of that out there. Anybody listening to this, anybody watching this, be proud of the fact you are here. You are now. You are with us right here. Be present in this moment. And we have lots to look forward to in 2025, obviously, too. And some of those here at Disney World, we've got a whole list going because we learned a lot about some stuff. I mean, Disneyland was like, hey, guess what? We're going to tell you everything all year. 70th
like
anniversary. Yeah. Chloe, what's the thing you're looking forward to the most in 2025? Let's bring it back to theme parks, but what's like, it can be an experience in the theme park too, obviously. But like, what
Are we
you looking
keeping
forward
it to Disney, or are we
No,
saving
you
the
can
obvious
say the
here?
other one
All
too,
right.
yes.
Epic Universe is open.
Chloe, I
next
also
year.
feel like if you're watching this, you have slowly drifted further and further to the right side of your frame, and
She's
I
traveling
wasn't
into
gonna say anything, but she was
2025.
like, "Bye,
I'm going to 2025.
checking out. See you guys in the future."
Time.
I mean, obviously, as a theme park fan, whether or not you like Universal or not, it's hard to avoid the elephant in the room with Epic Universe. This is the biggest theme
Dumbo.
park. Yeah, this is the biggest theme park we've gotten in our adult lifetime in Orlando, or even the country, really. That we get to see open next year, and it's just so exciting. So that is definitely my number one.
It's a new generation of a theme park, like right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is like you said it on our. It didn't come out yet. Or did it come out? I don't
Yeah,
can't
probably.
remember.
Yes,
it probably did.
But it's like a new generation of theme parks because it's been 20 years since we've had a large opening of a theme park, right?
Over
So-
20. Animal Kingdom was 98.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
like we're looking at the next generation of what it could be. So there's that potential of excitement for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, just seeing like what, we talked about it ad nauseum. It's just, this is just such an exciting time for Universal to put the IP that they have a hold of into a brand new park, because they've only done, like studios parks that have relatively the same thing. And then islands they're able to play with, but that was like late 90s. So yeah, just really exciting stuff with like new attraction technology and cool ride vehicles. And a lot of it is not screen heavy. So that's exciting. But especially Universal Monsters. It's the most
Yeah, girl.
exciting that we're finally having a
I
land
sent
around
Chloe
Universal
and Hannah a
Monsters.
video, and I can't really share it in this video, but it was like on social media. Someone had posted the windmill lighting up, like bursting into flames
That's
at night. And I was like,
insane.
I cannot wait to be standing there
Yeah.
and watch that happen.
But as for
Ooh.
Disney side of things, I'm going to touch on
Yeah,
one
girl.
small one and one big one. I mean, this isn't small.
What's a small
but
one?
It's not small in my heart, but small detail
Well.
about 2025 is that we have an entire year with Dinosaur before it closes at some
Yeah,
point in
girl.
2026.
What a blessing.
Bless it, honestly. The blessed be.
blessing.
I'm glad we have another solid year, but and that's also kind of sad because like I hope they're still gonna like maintain it a bit, because I don't want to see those dinosaurs just like stop moving by the end of 2025.
Oh, I don't know, girl. Yeah.
Every time we go, there's like a new little
That's our
surprise.
dino.
Yeah.
The big one I'm really excited for though is coming in summertime. It's the Starlight Parade. It's the first new nighttime
What's
parade.
the full name?
Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away Nighttime Parade at Magic Kingdom.
Wait,
Walt
Nighttime
Disney World.
Parade is part of the title?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Wow. Mouthful.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away.
Either way.
It's a nighttime
Dream
parade.
the
at
Night
Magic
Away.
It's like
Yeah.
two names where they were like, guys, we cannot decide. Just say them both.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, that's everything with Disney. Have you ever listened to the Festival of Fantasy Parade like lyrics? It's like beauty, magic. Like it's just
Keywords.
adjectives. Yeah.
They did one of those like word clouds where it was like, what are the biggest words that describe Disney? And it was like beauty. Okay.
Majesty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Majesty. Got it.
Yeah,
This
but
is exciting though. There's like new floats. There's new like what I forget. It was like there's going to be like an Encanto float. I know they
Peter
showed
Pan,
that.
Blue
yeah.
Fairy is leading the way. She's the one that like transforms a parade into being like this magical thing. I'm just really excited for it because I know people love Main Street Electrical, but to have a brand new sparkling nighttime parade, and I love Paint the Night, but like I'm glad Magic Kingdom's going to have its own that we don't have to worry about like shipping back and forth across the country. I
don't think Paint the Night would work here, but anyways.
No, yeah, I would just want it just because I love Paint the Night so much. And I want to have more access to it. But no, I'm really excited for this parade, and I feel like that was kind of a. It's been a long time coming. I remember it was rumored for like the 50th anniversary, which is 2021 now. So it's going to be a good summer at Walt Disney World.
Yeah. Oh, not just Walt Disney World. I'm pretty excited for Disneyland because it is the
speaking of Paint the Night
70th anniversary of Disneyland, and they announced the return of Paint the Night is coming back. The Pixar parade, the Better Together is going to return. We are getting the return of Wondrous, the fireworks show that they had done. Yeah, Wondrous Journeys. Isn't there a new nighttime show at
World of Color Happiness?
World of Color Happiness.
It has Goofy movie in the concept art.
Girl, they got that power line right in that concept art, so you know we're gonna be here tonight.
Yeah, breaking it down.
Yeah. There's all that. I mean, the one thing I am a little sad about is they did confirm that.
No magic happens.
No magic happens.
Yeah,
in 2025.
that's hard for me. I'm struggling with that a
year?
little bit.
That's why I'm like, girl,
where is it?
get Festival of Fantasy out the door.
Oh my
god! Bring me that parade.
Yeah.
Bring me
now.
that parade.
Yeah, for real. I have no
It's my
desire to watch it
40th birthday. It's the least they could do.
Yeah, come on.
That's what I'm going to say all year.
Do you know
It is
who I
my
am?
40th birthday.
Can we rule that out? Is that possible? Can we just put that out?
That
into
being
the
my birthday
universe?
present?
Yeah, sure. Right. Yeah, for next year. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's the vibe. Yeah. Are we manifesting? Is that the whole episode? It's just us manifesting 2025.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was some other, there was like more stuff announced for that too, though, right? It's like a lot. It's already one of those where you're like,
Disneyland done it again.
70th better than our 50th, whatever.
Yeah, duh, surprise.
I can't wait to see the merchandise they come out with.
Yep,
if there's
girl.
any cool vintage
Oh,
stuff,
what did they tease already?
They haven't really teased anything
They
yet.
teased one item.
They did?
They've teased a couple of
We
like the
texted about it.
graphics.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. The gold sequin conductor hat.
Oh,
I have to
yeah,
have
yeah.
that. Clearly, I have to have that.
Yeah.
It's Fritz Bernays. Yeah, I forget anything else for the Disneyland. I think we named all of it for now. But then also there's limited, food offerings.
Well,
They're
what's
exciting.
really cool about
Churros.
that too? Yeah, I mean, they confirmed the start of. I already did like a Disney Newsflash video, so I'm just that's why I'm not being like super specific about it. But what was really cool is they put out an event calendar for the entire year. And so we know the dates of like there was Sweetheart. They don't call it after hours there. They call it, or do they? They don't. They call it like. I think everything is always like night, like Pride night, Sweetheart's night.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever
Yes.
night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And so there's like Sweetheart's night. There's the 90s night is returning. We're getting Star Wars night. Obviously, May the 4th. It's going to be on there. There's the 2 nights of Pride night. Catch you there. And I know they said the dates for Halloween, which is crazy too because there's a week of Oogie Boogie before the Halloween time even starts. And it starts earlier than ever this year in the middle of August out there, I think, for Oogie Boogie. And then Halloween time starts in August out there. The holidays will return out there. Lunar New Year is right around the corner for Disneyland, which is really great. If you've never done that, there's some like really good food to be had there. I feel like, food and wine. I was like, I feel like I'm missing a festival.
Disneyland does events.
That cannoli
so
churro better
well.
return. I swear.
The what one?
The cannoli churro. It's food and wine.
I didn't have
I
that.
didn't have
it is
that
the
one.
best I've ever had. Peanut butter
Wait.
churro was really.
Wait a second.
really,
I was
really
gonna say,
good.
wait a second.
Peanut butter marshmallow
Don't mince your
churro.
words, girl. That peanut butter one.
Oh no, the peanut butter marshmallow was heaven, and it was. It's hard. They're two totally different churros.
Okay. All
The
right.
cannoli churro was life changing for me.
Well, Lunar New Year will be held January 17th through February 16th. The Celebrate Gospel at Disneyland is going to be the 8th and the 15th. The Food and Wine Festival is the February 28th through the April 21st. Which is also, I really enjoy that. The Season of the Force returns March 28th through May 11th, which I believe has the most superless Space Mountain there is, which is the
I
Hyperspace
agree.
Mountain.
Absolutely. I agree
that
with
lift
that.
hill into the coasters, amazing.
Yep. And then Halloween time is August 22nd through October 31st, but Oogie Boogie Bash starts the week before
I'd
that.
like to go to Oogie Boogie Bash this year.
I think I'm going to rotate between the two, like 1 year Halloween, 1 year Christmas.
Yeah, I think we'll make that happen
I want to
this
do
year.
Oogie Boogie this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Let's manifest that. The Plaza de la Familia celebration is August 22nd through November 2nd. The holidays begin on the 14th and run through January 7th. And then Festival of the Holidays is the same, the 14th through the 7th. And then they have like I said, Oogie Boogie Bash. There's Disneyland Pride, the After Dark. It is Disneyland After Dark is what they're called there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of happenings for that.
I've never
Like
been
I
to
said.
any of those. I need to go.
I love the Pride ones. The Pride ones were amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you spoke so highly of that event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go.
Oh, it's a vibe. Because, like, when
Yeah.
else are you, like, just surrounded by people that are, like, all about, like, love and
Yeah,
just, like,
yeah, it's
acceptance and all
good
that
vibes.
stuff. So they had Sweethearts Night, Star Wars Night, Pride Night, and, Oogie Boogie Bash. Yep, that's a full year out there, though. That's a lot happening.
Yeah. That's good for planning purposes, like, even for us, because, as we know, those Oogie Boogie tickets sell out. So it's good to go ahead and book your hotel stay or whatever, because it goes quick.
Yeah. What about you, Hannah? What's a thing you're looking forward to?
For me, so the Disney Starlight Parade, I am most excited for that. I think because I just have fond memories of the nighttime parades at Magic Kingdom. Like, especially when I would come here on vacation, we were always a family that, like, we would rope drop and then we'd take an afternoon break, we'd take a nap, we'd go to the pool, we'd come back refreshed, because the parks were open till like midnight with after magic hours up until like 2 a.m., 1 a.m. And so I am hoping that we get some late night hours at Magic Kingdom. That would be really cool. So that's what I'm most excited about. Also the Pirate Tavern.
I was going to say, I'm so shocked that wasn't the first thing anyway.
Girl, come on. You know I'm getting there. I'm very excited for that, just because my dad is a huge Pirates fan. And so this is just going to be really cool to, like, have that space to, like, hang out with him and just soak it in. So I'm really looking forward to that. Because I will say Magic Kingdom, I know as a local, sometimes it's hard to get over there and we don't go as often, but, like, I love soaking in the atmosphere of Magic Kingdom. And if I can have one more place to do that, then yeah, that's great. I'm also excited for the lounge coming to Spaceship Earth next year. I'm going to put Pirates above that just because, guys, we're getting a lounge in Magic Kingdom. Let this soak in.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's going to have line, I think.
Yeah.
But after experiencing the Haunted Mansion parlor on the Disney Treasure, I feel like it has
trust
me
them.
very excited for what they're going to do with themed spaces, and especially in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think it's going to be held in high,
Can I give you-
it better be.
I got one more.
Yeah.
Disney Destiny. After
Oh,
sailing, girl,
yeah.
after sailing on the Disney
No, totally.
Treasure, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to go to Wakanda next year. And I'm excited because I like the length of these cruises. So they're going to be doing 4 and 5 nights, and they're going to go to Lookout Key.
Where does it sail out of?
It sails out of Fort Lauderdale, and that is
You can take the Bright Line there, right?
You sure can. Also, that cruise terminal there is awesome.
It's
It
cute,
is
yeah.
very cute. And it's to me, it's easier to navigate than Port Canaveral. So I'm very excited for that. I feel like after seeing the Treasure, I'm like the Destiny. It's going to be good, especially the Lion King dining experience. It's going to be
I
great.
forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right. And we get the Haunted
Wow.
Mansion parlor again.
Yeah.
And the Lion King is where Coco is,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
cool.
know.
Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah.
For that. Oh,
See,
yeah.
there you go.
Oh,
Add to your
yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Wow, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that Black Panther statue.
Right. I know. And that's like so sweet. Like, because we lost him.
Oh, man, I'll probably cry. It's fine.
Yeah,
I get really emotional about it. We also finally have the name of this Disney villain show that is going to Hollywood Studios that is coming next year too. I know there's been a little like, oh, what is it going to be? Because that's
Sorry.
once occupied a
takes over
great
here.
dinner show back there, which was this like, it was like $100. It was an all you can eat. It was that villains Halloween show.
Oh my
thing.
gosh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I wish they would have brought that back because it was pretty good. Like I liked it.
Yeah, I remember you reviewing it. So
Went with Steve Porter.
Yeah.
That is going to be called Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After stage show. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see on that.
Yeah, but that's something to look forward to in 2025. Test track.
3.0.
Why?
I mean, how many attractions have we all lived through in our lifetime where we see 3 different versions of it?
Yeah,
Or maybe
what's
we're
this
just
one?
old. I'm like, I remember when.
Is this one supposed to be like the classic?
It's supposed to, no, it's going to be inspired by World of Motion, so it's going back into the history of transportation, but it's more so it's going to be test track, the same, layout, but it's going to be more real sets because it's celebrating that time you have with your family and friends going on road trips. So
Yeah.
the little concept art that we've seen, they're putting actual like trees back into the attraction, so it's going to feel like you're riding along an actual road instead of in a Tron like computer environment, and then it's not the car accidents, crash test dummies either.
I don't know about you guys, but it feels like the Tron version's barely been there. But at the same time, I was like, that definitely opened when I worked at Disney, and that was over 10 years ago. That was
Yeah.
10 years ago
Yeah.
at the bare minimum. And I'm like, that's wild that I'm like,
You know
wow.
how I remember that is, do you guys remember our girl Stacy from the Must Do
Stacey
Disney?
Brown.
From the videos?
No, not Stacey Brown. Yes, you're different Stacey. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Must Do.
I don't know. At one point, I
She wants to
looked
be
up her
Stacey.
Samantha
whole
Brown.
Wikipedia. Oh,
Stacey.
Samantha Brown. That girl. Y'all know that's my girl. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Martini Mom and Samantha Brown were one and the same, baby.
everything.
Did you? Okay, wait. Now I'm going on a tangent. Do you guys remember Samantha Brown did a
I
holiday
don't know what
special?
Samantha Brown is.
Travel
She did
Channel.
Travel
Disney
Channel.
Stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
Travel Channel
she's-
stuff. Short
Girl, I
blonde
didn't have
hair.
cable for like forever.
Oh.
Okay,
Fun.
but she did this holiday special where she came to Walt Disney World, and guys, she shows up to Epcot, gets a Grand Marnier martini,
Yes.
and is talking about how it's the best drink at
Grand
Disney.
Marnier slushy.
Yes, and then she meets up with the soccer team and hangs out with the soccer team. The girl is wild, and I am here.
I
for
remember
it.
specifically, just going off that, I remember
Yeah.
specifically watching that episode as like a teenager.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I can't wait till I'm 21 until I can drink a Grand Marnier
Yeah,
slushy
girl.
because of Samantha Brown's recommendation.
Yep.
And that's one of the first drinks I got in Epcot World Showcase when I turned 21. So,
So funny.
proud of it.
Yeah, good memories. I miss those specials. I guess we just have Disney Plus
Anyway,
now.
so Stacey, Must Do Stacey. with
Yeah,
Test
Must Do
Track.
Stacy.
Yeah.
That was one of the things when they premiered the new Tron version. It was like, you can design your own car. Look how cool it is. So,
Yeah.
and it really wasn't that cool, Stacy. Sorry, girl.
Yeah. It doesn't really work that much anymore. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
it's getting some love.
Yeah, that'll be
Especially now
good.
we have Tron Light Cycle Run.
It's also wild to me that little fact about Tron, about it, like it opened and then closed for 2 years because it was like destroying its own foundation. It was like, do you guys know this?
No,
Test
what are you?
track?
Yeah, Test
Oh,
Track.
Test
okay.
Track.
Test
Oh,
Track
okay.
had opened and then
Yeah.
closed because it had to be like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the ride was going so fast that it was like
Yeah.
destroying its own foundation. And they're like, well, that's not good for Florida because
like the
it's
Yeti.
soft here. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
uh-oh.
wild to think like that ride, even with that like crazy, like, oh, that's wild, it's still here. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's one of those. It lives on. It goes on. We go on.
And yet other rides fall by the wayside.
I could have that parade back.
Somebody's gonna do a zoom in edit of you where it turns black and white, or it does the hello
Great move.
darkness, my old
Chinese
friend.
theater
It's
comes
you.
on.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Chinese theater, the Muppets, the everything.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Dinosaur.
the list is
carnivore.
adding up.
Yeah, girl. I'm getting fed up.
Well, there's lots to look forward to in 2025, and I feel like we haven't even. Obviously, we're going to get announcements in 2025.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be fun surprises. I mean, right around the corner from now, we have Festival of the Arts returning. and I'm
we
excited
love
to
farts.
experience
We
that with you guys.
We do.
We sure do. Does anyone know when that starts by any chance?
January.
It's like
I'll double check.
20. Is it in the 20s? Am I
No,
crazy?
it's January 12th.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's,
it's
oh.
early.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Hold
We
on, let me
gotta,
double check.
we gotta start a plan for that already. Oh my God, I'm
Uh-huh.
already overwhelmed with what we have to do at the beginning of next month. but
January
yeah.
17th through February 24th.
I know it's the
Ooh,
shortest.
Party time. I know it's just
It
such a
is
But
shame.
I love
such a
this
good
festival.
one.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
So I'm looking forward to
And
that. Yeah.
Flower and Garden celebrating its 30th this year.
30 years. Wow.
Flower and Garden's
And
my
that's
favorite fest.
For the food wise, oh my goodness. I
It's
love Flower
just
and Garden
beautiful.
food.
It's just beautiful.
It is beautiful.
So pretty.
Epcot comes alive.
Come alive. Oh, sorry.
Take
that's
us
Greatest
home with
Showman.
that. Okay.
So
Hit
yeah,
it, Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe, take us in.
Yeah. Wow, we haunted by that.
Yeah. Is what that
Yeah.
did that one
No, it was
violent
like a
setting.
ghost
Whoops.
was about to.
sounded. She was like, "Sorry, that's my sleep. That's my sleep tune."
Oh my gosh.
She just one note.
I could do some ASMR over here.
I think I hate. I hate this. No, so lots to look forward to. I think stuff that we haven't even heard about, but hopefully everybody out there, I'm looking forward to also what we do with this channel, how we grow, how we get it. I feel like we finally have like sort of a rhythm going. I feel like we've got some cool ideas.
Fun.
I can't wait to do Ladies Who Lunch. I can't wait to do more
Us
of these.
especially, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see the outfits you come up with. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I'm not even the outfit queen, but I'm like,
Well, you know,
tell me
I'll be
to
in a
bring.
Roosevelt shirt. It's fine. It's the best thing about these shirts is it like
I know.
I love how you can be like, well, what's the theme of the shirt?
Right.
But you already like you're
Right,
like, okay,
that's true.
I'm comfortable
I know.
and I know
My
what I'm
kid
wearing.
gets to do that, so not me.
You can be the outfit princess, Hannah.
The
I'll be
what?
I'll be the outfit queen. You be the outfit princess.
Okay, yep, I'll be an understudy.
Yeah,
That'll be
Ryno's
just
the
fine.
Roosevelt's king.
Yeah, no, I lots to look forward to. I am excited in terms of this channel. Like I said, the creative things. Hopefully, we can. I wanna have fun. I want to. I feel like I took over. I hate saying took over.
I took
because that
over. I took
wasn't
over the
it.
ship.
I started
commandeered.
something different. The ship. I started rebuilding from the inside, and that's where I'm like, I'm excited to see what we come up with together and how that goes. And I really do want to like push myself more and more to move outside of some of the things. Like just because we've done it this long one way doesn't mean we have to keep doing it that way. And I want to see what we can do when we like really get a little more creative with some of this stuff because I think it'll be fun. It'll be hard work. But I think ultimately, it'll be, hopefully, you'll stay with us for the ride and enjoy what we come up with. And so that's a lot of that fun
And here's to
excitement.
you, Ryno, and your
Here's
birthday.
to you, Mrs. Robinson. Well, cheers to you both in this room. Cheers.
Cheers to you, birthday boy.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Okay, Frosty the Snowman.
Happy birthday time. Yeah, it's my last like
happy
holiday shirt. Now I've worn them
birthday.
all.
No, because Frosty says happy birthday.
Oh, he does?
Comes to life.
Oh.
Yeah. Happy
I haven't
birthday.
watched it yet this season, so I sometimes
Come
I can't
over to my house. It's on loop. There you go.
Yes, so 2025, baby, let's manifest some good vibes and a good time, a good year. Thank you, everybody. Hopefully, we'll see you in 2025. Hopefully, you're closing out 2024 with a little bit of happiness, a little bit of health, a little bit of prosperity, whatever.
And gratitude.
And I'm just so I feel fortunate. I know these two ladies with me here are very fortunate. Feel the same, and being able to sit here and do this and have this conversation and be a part of this community that we couldn't do without all of you out there. So again, thank you. If you are watching this video on YouTube and you liked it, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Please leave some comments down here about content you'd like to see in the new year. If you're listening to it, please, whenever you have the opportunity, rate and review the podcast because that does really help us out. And again, just Happy New Year to everybody out there, to our Patreon supporters. Thank you for sticking with us. Some fun content on the way. Hopefully we can come up with some new creative stuff for that as well. But thank you. Thank you a million times.
Thank you.
Thank you 2,025 times. Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
I forgot to push the button. Okay, one more time and cheers.